We've had a lot of rain, and the weather is getting warmer. Along with that comes vibrant life all over the desert. The desert flowers are in gorgeous bloom, and the reptiles are coming out to sunbathe and say hello. Now, rain does bring life, but it also brings adverse trail conditions. Some of these conditions are welcomed, and others, not so much. Every now and then, you'll have a decision to make. The decision to either proceed or turn around. Thank you once again for joining me, and welcome back to Bucking Life. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm AJ and this is Bucking Life. Welcome back. Today I'm running a trail called Boulder Creek. It's on the west side of Table Mesa. You have to take Table Mesa Road down into North Little Grand Canyon Road, which that's the end of North Little Grand Canyon Road right there. A little bit of minor off-roading, didn't even have to put it in four-wheel drive, and it comes down to this campsite right here, which I marked on X, and I'm probably gonna come out here and do a solo night camping out here. It's a nice area, as you can see. Now the trailhead, there's a hill right here that I have to go down, and it goes down into a creek. So the trailhead starts right there. You can see it going up over the hill right there. So it's gonna be a fun one. I think it's a 7-mile long trail. It's an out and back. There are other ways you can get out. I have yet to decide whether I'm gonna do that or not. I might just come back the way I came, but let's go see what we can get into today. All right, let's go. It's always an absolute welcome sight for me to see the rivers flowing out here in Arizona. Most of the time, these are dry riverbeds. If there's one thing I wish Arizona had more of, was water. I know I said creek, but this is actually the Agua Fria River. I'm not sure why I said creek, but you can see it's flowing pretty good. A beautiful area out here, and this is just the start of the trail. Let's see what else we come up upon today. I know it's hard to see on camera, but this particular spot was real jutted out, so I had to turn on my rear locker to get up over it. Nothing to it with the locker engaged. So you can see at the very beginning, it started off very rocky, and then you had that really steep incline. I had to use my rear locker on, and once I turned on my rear locker, went up it, you know, just like it was nothing, of course. So at the start, it's a good trail. I'm liking it so far, so we'll see what else comes our way today. sections to this trail, like this area right here. A lot of the boulders were black and they were mostly rounded off. They just kind of looked like they didn't belong. Yeah, no need for that differential smasher to be right in the middle of the trail, so I'm known to move rocks from time to time. Well, so far I think you can kind of see why this trail is called Boulder Canyon. There's plenty of them. It's actually called Boulder Creek, not because of the boulders on the trail, but because you end up in Boulder Creek. So coming down that small hill right there, as you can see behind me, I saw off to my left what's called a multi-crested saguaro. And we're gonna walk in, I'll show you what that is. You gotta be careful when you walk out in the desert because it is the beginning of rattlesnake season now. So you really just gotta watch your step here. So that is what's called a multi-crested saguaro. No one's really sure how they get this way. They don't know if it's a deformity or whatever, but they're pretty cool looking. You can see how they just kind of bulges out from the arms. Pretty neat. And that's a multi-crested saguaro. Aside from a few steep rocky climbs, and they were pretty steep and rocky, the trail pretty much looks like this so far. You know, pretty tame, but there are, I think, 3 so far. Pretty, I wouldn't say extremely sketchy, but a little sketchy. You know, but not too bad. I'm sure you've noticed the abundance of the color yellow out here. This is a great time of year, and we've had a lot of rain, so boy, the desert is just so colorful right now. Purple, yellow, reds, all kinds of amazing looking colors. Everything's in bloom, and I don't know if I've seen the desert more beautiful. I'm pretty curious how many inches of rain we've gotten this year, but it's been quite a bit. Now, it hasn't rained in a couple of weeks, so, you know, summer's coming upon us, so, you know, come monsoon season, it might even be more colorful. This type of area, you have to be really careful. You can see, here's my Bronco, okay? You can see how washed out it is right here. And it's off camber. So, coming around, you're gonna have to come as high as you possibly can. And this is all loose gravel, so you have a good chance of sliding sideways. I'm halfway not sure if I'm gonna attempt this since I'm by myself. It looks pretty sketch. You can see, I don't know if it shows up well on camera, but boy, I'm gonna have to go way high side. I know, on camera, this doesn't look like it'd be a problem at all. But if you were there in person, you would see exactly what I'm talking about. That angle going down into that washout is a lot more extreme than it looks. Even though I wanted nothing more than to continue down this trail, I made a judgment call, and I believe I made the right decision. See, this little off-camber section was not only uphill, it slanted down to the left. And knowing how heavy a vehicle is and how loose gravel works, I knew my ascent was going to slide down into that area. Now, whether I would have went all the way in, we'll never know. But I wasn't going to chance it. Even if I didn't slide down into it and roll over, I still most likely would have gotten stuck in there, not able to get out. That in itself, I did not want to happen. See, if you, if you get caught right here, your ass end's gonna slide right down into that. That is not something I want. I don't know if I'm gonna attempt this. I might have to turn around. You know, it could be just fine, but boy, I don't know. That washout really freaks me out being by myself. Let me ponder on this for a second. Well, I attempted to move forward, and I was trying to go high, right up over this, where these flowers are, and my ascent already started sliding sideways. So I'm going to make a safe decision here and not proceed. I don't want to end up in there. I'm by myself. You know, this that really wouldn't be good. It's just for the fact that it's so off camber here. You know, if I go high, too high, my ass end's gonna slide right into that. Look at all this loose gravel right here. This is all loose. This is very slippery. Now I could try to zoom through it, but you know, if you hit it the wrong way, you're still gonna end up in there. I'm just not sure I want to attempt this. Just not by myself. I don't want to take that chance. You can see how much of an angle this is. I mean, for all I know, it'd probably, you know, be easy and I'd go right through it. But man, that loose gravel, dude, that really freaks me out. No, I choose not to end up down there today. I'm gonna have to back out of this and find a place to turn around. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes you have to make an educated decision. Whoa, see? I just, I almost fell down there myself. Sometimes you just gotta play it safe to avoid disaster. You know, I'm kind of bummed. But I feel I made the right decision. Being by yourself, you got to be careful. You got to make decisions you don't want to make sometimes. Now, this day is not a total wash, no pun intended, because there's plenty of other trails to explore out here. So that's what we're going to do. even though I couldn't complete the Boulder Creek Trail, we're still going to come out and be out here and have some fun. Lots to explore. This is the desert. Lots of off spurs, lots of areas. So let's continue on our day. I was looking at Onyx, and I found some off spurs that lead down towards going to the very north side of Lake Pleasant. And I'm going to see if I can make my way down there and out and around Lake Pleasant, which is a kind of a long ways. And it looks like, you know, some of the trails might go through part of the lake. But we're going to go check the water levels and see if we can make it through. Because you don't know. But it has been raining a lot, so I'm sure the water levels are, you know, back up high again. They weren't a few months ago, I'll tell you that much. They were the lowest I've ever seen them. But let's go see if we can find our way through. Trails I'm following now aren't really marked on Onyx, except for with white dotted lines. I don't know if you can see, it's pretty, I don't know if you can see the white dotted lines, but that's what I'm following. And so, you know, there's no trail reports on these small off spurs, so I don't know what to expect. So this is all an adventure. I mean, I guess that's what this channel is all about, right? One bucking adventure at a time. In terms of that washout, really wish I could have attempted it, but unfortunately I can't afford to risk my daily driver and destroy it. Now if I was you know, a big gun on YouTube that could afford to destroy his rig on the trail and just fix it, you know, I'd do it. Why not? So why don't you guys help me out with that? Hit that like and subscribe button for me. Help me to possibly achieve that goal. Now, of course, getting into the backside of Lake Pleasant Regional Park can be a little tricky. They have it fenced off in most areas, unless the fence is broken or something. But I did come across a road closed sign with a gate, locked up gate. So and then I tried to blaze my own trail and I hit a dead end, so still trying to find my way through. See the barbed wire fence. I'm going to try to follow this and see if I can't find an opening. Luck of the draw, I guess. Either I will or I won't. Well, no luck getting through that way. So I'm going to head back the same way I came and find some off spurs to explore heading out that way. So I did find one area that I could have made it down, but it brought you right down into what looked like a deep part of the river. So, you know, didn't want to chance that either. On the other side, it looked like some people paddle boarding and like RV camping, but it looked blocked off. So obviously it's a private area that they don't want you just trekking into. I'm hitting a lot of dead ends today. I'm not gonna make it through that, I know that. So you must have heard some bangs and shimmies coming down that rocky hill. It was definitely easier going up. I didn't hit anything going up, but coming down, I banged quite a few times. Pretty fun though. Now, as you can see, those declines weren't nothing to shake a stick at. Pretty steep. I'm gonna guess 24 degrees, which is fairly steep. So I'm glad this day isn't a total bust. I'm still having a blast, even though I couldn't make it all the way through Boulder Creek Trail. But I feel I made the right decision with turning around at that area. So I've done my best trying to avoid the same exact path I took on the way in, and so far I've been pretty successful. Took a few off spurs that led me back to the same place, but you know, I didn't take the same path I did on the way in. This is a great trail. Just wish I could have finished it, but you know, when you're having an adventure, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna finish what you started. So now you have to make a new adventure mid-adventure, which is what I'm doing. So I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to build the channel. It really helps me out. Doesn't cost you a thing. But boy, look at the dust. Now I did check out underneath the Bronco. I did slam down hard once, but it turned out to be the hook on my rear bumper here. Came down right on that. Didn't bend it or anything, but you know, and it always sounds way worse than it is. You know, but that's what skid plates are for. That's what rock sliders are for. Glad I got them, that's for sure, because you know, I don't want to do just little simple easy trails all the time. I want some challenge. And you know, eventually I'm going to add more modifications to the Bronco. You know, I'm going to go bigger tires, a little bit more lift. I think the factory skid plates I'm actually going to change out for some ones with more coverage. That way I just you know, I have more confidence in aftermarket skid plates versus these. You don't get complete coverage. You get, I'd say, about 85% coverage underneath, maybe 90, but there's some areas that I think need to be addressed with some aftermarket skid plates. So I think I'm going to go that route. This area I'm in now is an unnamed trail, and it's going to bring me up to part of Terminator. I'm going to follow along that a little ways, and then I'm going to make my way over to Moore's Gulch Road, and then I'm going to follow the pipeline road down into New River. So I think that's a pretty good route to take to head back home, and it's going to take a little while. It's not, you know, hop, skip, and a jump. Why I love adventuring. This wasn't planned today, and sometimes this happens, and sometimes, you know, it makes for more of a fun day, because Boulder Creek dead ends. I saw some off spurs and whatnot, but you don't know what to expect from those, as usual. You never know what you're going to run into, just like what happened to me with that washout. Boy, I mean, it's Boulder Creek's a featured trail, and unfortunately with all the rain we've had, it's washed out in that area now, and it's extremely dangerous to try to pass. So, it is what it is. Well, there's something in the road. Let's go see what it is. Hey there, guy. Well, he's not a rattler, that's for sure. But he's a snake. Bull snake, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. Hey, how's it going? Why are you just sitting in the middle of the road, dude? You should probably get out of the road before someone crushes you. Get out of the road, dude. You're gonna get crushed. It's a living creature. I don't want to run him over. Now, if you're gonna be out in this area of Table Mesa, whether it be east or west, there's a lot of people shooting out here, so you definitely want to be careful of that and be mindful. Right now, we're following the power lines. This is gonna bring us right over to El Paso Pipeline Road. El Paso or El Paso? I can't remember. One of the two. But we're gonna follow the pipeline road all the way down. Be fairly simple, kind of like this. You know, it's just a pipeline road. It's nothing special. But that'll bring us down into New River, and we'll see what we're gonna do after that. So we're on El Paso Pipeline Road. I'm gonna show you which way we're gonna go. We're gonna go straight down this way. Okay. You can see down this hill, and it falls along all the way, and it goes all the way down into New River. Okay, so it's pretty fun. It's not too technical. There's some, you know, some steep inclines and declines, but for the most part, it's fairly tame. But you can probably hear the shooting in the background. Like I said before, a lot of people shooting out here. So, but there's endless trails you can explore out this way. Table Mesa area, I mean, it never disappoints. You can spend days out here, not hit the same trail twice. Well, I opted not to follow the rest of El Paso Pipeline Road. I mean, it is just Pipeline Road. There are some cool spots, but, you know, it's nothing special. But it's getting to be about 1 o'clock now. I'm starting to get super hungry, want some lunch. So I just decided to call this one a day. It's still been a fun one. There's no doubt about that. Of course, you know, I always have fun whenever I go out. Even if I don't get to run a full feature trail, I love exploring. And now that I've been out in the area that I was out in today, I found a couple camping spots. And I found some pretty cool water crossings. So, I mean, it was definitely not a bust. It was good. Well, as they say, the adventure ends where the pavement begins. There's the pavement. But it's been a great day. I appreciate you guys joining me. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, guys. I really appreciate it. You know, just a few seconds and an email address. You need an email address to have a YouTube account. So, but I appreciate you coming along with me for the ride as usual. You know, thanks once again for joining me on Bucking Life, where I live my life one bucking adventure at a time. Till next time.